And we're going to talk about a protest that is being carried out by Extinction Rebellion. It's by the open cast mine near Ledgate in County Durham. It's the Bradley open cast mine. And we can talk to Lauren Conway, who's there. Why are you taking this action, Lauren?
Hi, I'm taking this action because I'm really scared about the future. You know, scientists have been warning us for the past 30 years that we need to reduce our carbon emissions drastically. And in those 30 years, emissions have risen by 60%. The Parliament have declared a climate emergency, but they're on about expanding this open cast coal mine, and it just doesn't add up. But I'm also here because I have hope for the future, hope that investment in renewable energy you know, can really improve our lives and, you know, mitigate the climate catastrophe.
Now, interestingly, it's not just Extinction Rebellion who are there by this open cast mine protesting about the fact that there is an application to, as you say, expand it. But you've got miners, former miners, families there who are also with you. There they are behind you.
Yes, we have, yeah.
So you've joined together. It isn't just green campaigners.
Yeah, so the people of Bradley have been protesting against the mine for the past 30 years. As far as I know, the mine started being dug a couple of years ago now, but it would have happened much further before that if it hadn't been for the local people protesting.
How strong is feeling there then in the community?
Loads of people are against it. I've not met anyone in Durham who's actually for the mine. You know, Banks Mining Company have been saying that they're going to create jobs, but in reality, the mine is going to be closed next year. So what's the point in all this destruction at this point in the climate crisis? You know, we know that we're experiencing storms and floods, you know, that are unprecedented, and this will continue to worsen the longer that this crisis goes unchecked.
Lauren, thank you very much. Stay with us.
So everybody's angry and people are on our side.
All right, we're going to speak to our panel here. That's an unlikely alliance there with miners and former miners against this open cast mine. Should the government certainly support the idea of it being turned down, this application to expand it?
Well, what the government has done is set an end date for unabated coal in its entirety. And in fact, more recently, we've said we're consulting on, and therefore likely to bring that date forward to get coal out of these almost entirely, you know, gone sooner. And we've already had great success in decarbonising the electricity supply, which has been largely to do with replacing coal. So that is the important thing. To be honest, I'll be really straight with you and say I don't understand the detail of this particular planning application and what the implications are.
It's gone to the county council for extension.
But after 2025 or 2024, there isn't going to be unabated coal because that is the end date for that industry in this country.
The Banks Group seems to think that they can get 90,000 tonnes more coal out of this mine, presumably before it closes, which from a commercial point of view is probably lucrative. But we were trying to discuss this earlier. What are they doing with this coal? Because as far as we can all tell, coal consumption in this country is absolutely plummeting, not least after people are no longer even putting it on open fires or in stoves or anything against, you know,
except
in accordance with the government's
it would reduce the demand for imported coal. And it would bring that down, which actually arguably is even more environmentally
Although
unfriendly.
are they exporting the coal? Because this is also environmentally unfriendly, isn't it? If the Banks Group are taking this coal from Britain and exporting it overseas to countries that are using more coal than we are.
All right, well, let's... Lauren, you're nodding away there. What did you want to say?
Yeah, so we know that they're exporting the coal. We also know that a lot of this coal goes up to Blythe, where it's stockpiled outside a coal-powered fire station. But according to the government's own figures, we have enough coal stockpiled to last us until the 2025 phase-out date. So this is a last-ditch attempt to get as much coal out of the ground as they can, while they still can, to get as much money as they can by exporting it.
What do you think about the alliance there between various groups in the community?
Well, it's unusual, isn't it? But it's absolutely a sign of the times that people have kind of moved on from the times where we felt that actually burning fossil fuels was the answer to all our industrial needs, let alone sort of economic benefits of exporting it. And there's so much more awareness among all sorts of different sectors about the impact of climate change, because ultimately we're talking about exporting coal, but it's a global issue. I mean, Australia is a massive coal producer and exporter. China is the biggest largest producer of coal and still has hundreds of coal-powered fire stations and factories. You know, there has to be a global solution to it. It's not. It's great that there is, perhaps an unorthodox alliance between miners and environmental campaigners, and it says a lot about where we are as a country. But that has to be a bigger.
Well, it certainly
has to
beats
be a bigger picture
digging
as well.
up the lawn at Cambridge, as far as Extinction Rebellion protests go, I think.
All right, Camilla. Thank you very much, Lauren, there in County Durham. I think it's a 3-day protest, so keep wrapped up warm. We're going to move on to the Labour leadership contest. Who are you backing?